Okay, my name is Fernando. I work with Technicolor, and today we're demoing Empath, which is software technology to analyze biometric data to gauge our emotional responses to content, like movies, ads, trailers.
Cool, and so tell me about the hardware on your hand.
So this one in particular is a sensor made by Affectiva. This sensor in particular measures the skin conductance, so essentially the sweat levels on my palm. And from that, the first interesting thing you can do is measure my emotional reactions. So if you look at the screen here, that blue curve at the bottom is the sweat level on my palm changing over time as I was watching a trailer for a movie. So some of the technology we're demoing today is how to process this data to compute what we call an emotional profile. So that bar chart on the right there, that's a mark of significant reactions I had while watching this trailer. So you see, when somebody puts together a trailer like that, that's a very complicated combination of stimuli. Like you have music, you have flashing images, you have fast cutting. And what we're doing is basically teasing out what I'm responding to in that complicated mesh of stimuli. And of course, this has a ton of applications, and we're looking at building this towards giving feedback to the people that cut that trailer and telling them, if you're targeting your movie to a specific demographics, males between 18 and 35, here's how they'll respond. And here's what will work, what will not work in that particular trailer. So within entertainment still, you can imagine a whole bunch of people are showing devices like this, and we are sensor agnostic. We're hardware agnostic. We're trying to focus on the software. But you can imagine that as people will start having this in their wristwatches, in their glasses, and the ability to collect this kind of data, we want to be helping people process the data for day-to-day applications. Like, say, imagine that when you're watching a movie on Netflix, right, and you give a 5-star rating, and Netflix uses that to recommend you more content. And imagine instead of that 5-star rating, which is very, very coarse, it throws a lot about what you like and what you didn't like about the experience of watching a movie. Imagine that just your wristwatch would tell Netflix, here's what's working in that movie, here's what that person reacts to. And Netflix all of a sudden can say, okay, now, because you responded to this, you'll also respond to these other movies that I have in my catalog. Now that's one thing, but you can imagine as well that there are all sorts of applications on wearables that rely on parsing data from sensors. Now, of course, you have all the people working on fitness. You can imagine lifestyle applications that depend on, say, recognizing what you're doing from data in your wristwatch. We're working towards building tools that will help people build these kinds of applications.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.